Looks like he got in the Sacramento wine a little early.
Well, none of you pitched me a cleric, so...
I mean, are I technically a cleric now?
I think, as previously discussed, actual clerics don't exist in this game world. The clerics are all warlocks, and that should be terribly, terribly frightening for everyone.
Yes, it should.
Let's make a deal.
So that knob I
Yes,
thought
Howie
was
Mandel is the ultimate final.
So remember how we've been having so much trouble with my audio channel and thinking that, oh, it's turned up all the way?
It's turned down all the way?
Yeah, I thought it was the gain knob. No, that was my channel. It's like, why the fuck am I so quiet compared to everyone? Because I turned myself down like an idiot.
That's a real turn off.
Steve, I just have one question, which is, did you turn down for what?
Yes.
Good answer. So, speaking of good answers and people behaving like morons, welcome to the Average Adventuring Party podcast, where the party may be average, but their adventures kind of average so far.
Is that a self-burn since you're the person that
Yeah,
controls the
yeah.
adventure?
Yeah, really, that's that. I can't dig on my NPCs, so I just have to directly insult myself.
That's like, you and me, that's like 50% of our personalities right there is self-burns.
Truth. Yeah.
So, what happened last time, you guys?
We
Tried to adopt an entire village.
we killed all of the hags. Everything's good. The centaurs have made Nameless their absolute king, and and Iacus and his wife are expecting like a bunch of little babies that are probably gonna be humans because they're gonna have
I
like
thought we were going happy
they're gonna be
ending
like
here.
the top half of a centaur and the bottom half of it's gonna be kind of weird. It's gonna be like a human with hooves.
So a fawn.
Yeah, they're gonna give birth to
Or
a
a
bunch
satyr.
of fawns.
A horse, a human, and a bull make a child, and it's a goat. Meh.
I don't think that's what happened last time. I'm not sure. Let me
To be fair,
check the notes.
there was some bad air going around, so maybe he caught some of the good stuff.
I mean, I had no issues last time.
Yeah,
Because you're a vapor.
But we saw.
Ghost.
Okay, in a serious recap, completely serious here. We were going out after that stupid hag who had us trapped in that stupid dome with her stupid tricks and stupid plants that swallow people.
Pitcher plants.
And we decided to divert in a different direction where blah blah blah.
The road diverged two different ways. We scouted one and the other, and we found and by we, I mean our resident vapor, found a little
Philomena.
friend.
Yeah. I was trying to remember her character's name, and I was like, it's not Philothea, because Thea is Steph's character.
That's what happens when Philomena finally possesses Thea.
Yeah.
To become Philothea.
But yeah, we found a little friend. He spored all over us
Was it
and
you?
took
I
us home.
Yeah, we went to the village of these weird but very friendly plant people, and
They spored all over us.
turns out that
You almost
it's
adopted
very
them?
toxic. They weren't trying to hurt us, it's just biology. We couldn't really stay with them, and so we lost a ton of hit points, and
Ran away.
the centaurs weren't affected by it, and neither was Philomena, but the rest of us got fucked.
By allergies.
Neville's weakness.
Yay, pollen.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Oh yeah, and the hag was watching us the entire time.
Like a voyeuristic pervert.
Some people just want to watch.
Dead silent after that.
I mean, I'm the one who's got a, Eldritch Abomination Angel with me, watching all the time.
Yes. That whole he sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake thing. That's Sabathiel.
I mean, it saved our lives.
Yeah, more or less.
Sabathiclaws.
Oh.
Yay!
You don't want the presents he brings. They're all disintegrations.
just this terrible floating
And knowledge.
angelic eye with a little Christmas hat. Dink.
Has
That's got to be a sticker now.
Oh, God.
You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out.
Really, the way he drives you mad is you just contemplate how the hell he could perfectly and beautifully wrap a present with no hands or manipulators, and that thought just sends you into the void.
He's very good with his halos.
It's
And
like-
wings.
Yeah, it's like when telling someone the exact number of spiders that they've digested over the course of their life, and
7.5.
yeah, it just completely blows their mind to the point that they just disintegrate.
And that's his secret. That's how he's actually disintegrating people. Yeah. So let's pick up there. It's been
1 week.
since Iacus looked at me, cocked his head to the side, and then punched me.
I mean,
He very much likes you.
So
Jacket.
jacket what?
yeah, you guys have been walking since you left that tiny little village. You haven't rested. The sun has come up, and you all feel terrible, with the exception of Philomena, who feels like she always does.
Terrible.
A vapor.
Ghost.
I'm going to keep saying that.
Yeah, no matter what happens, her eyes are just a little misty.
But
And Calais and Nameless, who appear to be unaffected. Calais has given each of you, at various points, just been like, here, chew on this flower. Or here, and she'll just slice off a piece of some kind of root and just stuff it in your mouth. And for the most part, it doesn't help at all. You feel just as terrible afterwards. The three of you just continue to cough up gunk, and it's this viscous gold and yellow mucus.
So does that mean COVID has hit our party?
No, you can't say that word.
Oh.
That'll get you demonetized.
The Rona.
You can't say that either.
Oh, well, here's a part that you need to edit out.
oh, good, I can make lots of noise.
I'm going to be editing out a lot of things. Don't worry.
I mean, that means like a third of Thea and Neville is mucus at the moment.
Yeah,
Because we're tiny.
a fair bit.
I don't want to think about Iacus phlegm.
Is that going on the band name list? Iacus Phlegm? That's going to be the episode
Minotaur's
name,
phlegm,
It's
yeah.
Phlegmicus. No, Neville has probably gotten the worst of it. And actually, for a couple of hours after you leave the village, his eyes were slightly glowing yellow. And then, as he gets more of this crap out of him, they dull down back to its normal color.
There's some wood elves in the Sunchaser Sovereignty whose traditional medicine involves coursing water through one's nasal passages, and I could use that right now.
Shall we find a stream then?
I don't think we're gonna find anything better than that.
Yeah, the last stream you guys came across was about an inch wide. A mighty coursing creek.
If only there were water elemental here.
Calais, when she hears you, says, I don't want to appear to be rude, but they don't like that sort of thing as well. So I would have to offer them a pretty big favor to flush out your head. And right now, I'd kind of prefer to reserve that for things like, I don't know, a hag.
Yeah. But a neti pot does sound pretty fun at this point.
Yeah, well, I have a teapot.
I was gonna say.
I suppose.
If you don't want to ever see that teapot again,
No, I like that. It's my favorite teapot.
then I would save it.
No, well, I'll, here, and she just gives you something that's very, very pungent. Just chew on that. Maybe that'll help.
Neville will go ahead and just start chewing on it.
It tastes like nothing.
It tastes like nothing. Can I try to take some recoveries?
Yes.
I have not taken any since.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If you would like to spend recoveries, you can do so.
Yes, please.
I will spend one.
8,
13, 16,
12,
17.
12, and then now the first one's free. Second one you have to.
So you get it, and then you have to roll a DC 5
Okay.
save.
Okay. So. I'm
One short of max, but I'm not going to spend another
I'm
one.
at
just
max.
for one.
And let me see if I. You said it's DC 5.
Correct. The first one is.
Okay.
I'm back to cursed max.
I am back up to my normal max because I didn't get that real bad curse that you guys got. And that is a 17. So I am good.
Hate to break it to you, but you're all under a curse.
Oh, since I made that roll, does my curse die go up?
No.
Okay. Only for like
Trying to do things.
skill checks and
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys take a pause to catch your breath. You're still short of breath and stopped up. Calais, puts a hand on Iacus and says, "We're going to scout a little bit."
We'll catch up.
Philomena, maybe you should keep an eye out.
Okay, I can do that.
All right.
Anything in particular?
Well, I just remember, for some reason, I remember hearing that we needed to keep an eye on Nameless.
Oh, so I should keep an eye out on him.
Just look out for him, because I don't trust anything in this jungle.
As you shouldn't.
Yeah, Nameless says, "Well, I think Mother and I can handle it. We're just going to scout a little ways and see if we can find anything. You should probably stay and watch these three. They still seem compromised."
Are we still in the forest?
Oh yeah.
We never left.
We're in the
Just
jungle.
making sure.
You are in the jungles.
Is there a tree I could climb?
Sure.
Would I be
You're
able
a
to
vapor,
see
you can
anything?
just float up there.
I mean, that's true too.
She admitted it.
Can hey,
Ah, our evil plan has worked.
So yes, I would like to climb up a little bit and see if I can see around us.
Okay.
Not like too far, but just around us.
So go ahead and make me a good old dexterity check.
Shit.
So what'd you get?
A 1.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm stuck in a tree. Help me.
Does she even get up the tree?
That's what we're gonna talk about.
Your curse die resets though.
I mean,
Your curse die resets to 3. Philomena, you step into this tree to start climbing up, and when you get up there, you feel these little barbs in your feet, and let me roll to see how they affect you.
jeez.
Wonderful.
He just rolled a 20.
Oh god.
Our evil plan is working all along.
Yeah, you feel these little barbs in your feet, And normally you're kind of used to going incorporeal in and out as you need to. You become corporeal. And you are solid. And when you try to go back, you can't.
Great.
And when you look down, there's these little runes that have been carved into the branch you stepped on.
How high up did I make it?
Oh, you made it a solid 30, 40 feet.
Great.
We can't call you a vapor now.
No, I mean,
You still have that strange sense of like no touch, no smell, no taste, but you can now feel things, the texture of things, like when you're corporeal and in combat.
okay. Instead of freaking out over that, I'm going to try to focus on, can I see anything around us?
Yeah, you're
Trees?
relatively high up. You see a lot of trees. We'll say over there in one direction. Oh, excuse me. In probably you're a scout, so you know which way is north. Probably to your northwest. There's a hag just sitting on a branch, swinging her legs, watching you.
I'm a wave.
She's got a piece of wood that she's whittling on with her fingernails. Sees you. Doesn't respond.
Nothing. Does it look like the same one that I sat and talked to in the dome thing?
Yes.
So I'm gonna yell over to her and say, try to see if she can hear me.
She's looking at you.
Oh, she's looking at me. So, do you just like staring at us and watching us?
She doesn't respond.
No? Don't want to fight us or nothing? That's because you're scared. We got your sister, so now you know we'll get you. Nothing?
She finishes whittling on her wood, stands up, brushes her dress off.
Okay. So,
Those of you down below hear Philomena talking.
yeah. So, are you going to show me which way you're going so we know which way to head?
She just turns around and jumps to another tree, stops, looks at you, steps onto a branch, turns, jumps to another tree. She's heading northwest.
I'm just gonna sit there for a minute or two and watch her.
Yeah, after about the fourth or fifth hop, she disappears.
I don't know how I'm gonna get down, guys.
The normal way?
What normal way?
You climb back down?
Huh. Well, let's hope I don't fall.
You're dead already. What are you gonna do? Die again?
Looking
Maybe.
up at the tree, do we see like any sign that there's anything out of the ordinary?
No.
No. I mean, Philomena looks particularly solid. Normally she's kind of see-through.
Can I roll a check to see if like Neville would notice that that's unusual, like for her to be in that?
I'll say you've been around her long enough that you've seen her in her various states, and this is usually the one she adopts when she's trying to interact with the world.
Just change back, float down like the vapor you are, and then we'll keep going after whoever you were talking with.
Wouldn't that be nice? You think that would have crossed my mind?
What do you mean?
I'm gonna start working my way down, just mumbling and
Or is she stuck there? Or
yelling at the. I'm gonna carefully.
Give me a dexterity check to not fall 40 feet.
Not using that green dice again?
19.
All right.
Oh,
plus
4, so 23.
Okay, so spin your curse die up by 1. Philomena works her way down by hand back to you guys. Nameless and Calais come back through around the same time, and get to see her, descend the final 10 or 15 feet.
You saw it.
I've realized this.
Poke, poke.
It's Thea poking her.
Yes.
Does it feel real?
Yep.
What happened? Did you you just decided that you're tired of people calling you a vapor, or?
There was things sticking out of the tree that hurt, and next thing I know, this is how I am, and I can't turn it off.
Huh.
Trying very hard not to freak out.
Does she still look ghostly?
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Her,
Poke,
yeah,
poke,
Thea,
poke.
Thea is poking her, and you probably recognize corpse flesh.
Mm-hmm.
She is cold and really firm, just like someone undergoing rigor mortis.
Your refrigerated body. You are a meat popsicle.
I want to take a quick look and see if I see any runes on her, or like anything magical that's affecting her.
Her specifically?
Yes, her specifically. I wouldn't know to check the branches. I'm just saying if anything's happened
If
to
you
her.
give her a once over, the only thing that seems out of place is that there are holes in her boots.
What happened to your boot?
It's the things that were poking me on the tree.
Are they still in you?
I mean, do you want my foot?
Take your boot off and you can see if you've been bitten by a snake. That's what you do. I know it's been
That's
a while since you've been alive.
Is her boot considered part of her armor, or is it just like?
Yes.
Okay, so that's not going to be possible. She is bound to her armor, including the greaves.
Yeah, if she lifts her boot up, burned into the underside are some runes.
What do you see?
Can I do a?
I'll kind of twist her leg a little bit, not to hurt her, but be like, look, it's right there.
So Neville's a magical guy, little gnome friend. Anything I recognize on those runes?
Also, I'm coughing on you.
Yeah, you can go ahead and make a check.
Okay, that's a 2-digit. Oh, that's
That hurt.
18 on the die plus 4. Plus, I'm gonna apply. You think magical item expert might apply to this one? For
Yeah,
plus
probably.
1. So that'd be a 24.
So that it's not in a language that you recognize, but you get the general gist of it, and so unbinding a very powerful magical item is kind of like peeling an onion. You have to go in layers. It's also like peeling ogres. You have to go in layers. But this is effectively the first step to undoing the binding on her armor.
So that's bad news.
That is very bad news.
Philomena, you are going to want to be very careful. The magic that binds you into your armor is coming undone.
Well, we knew that. Well, we have to find something.
This right here is part of it. You've accelerated it.
Oh. How? But that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So, Iacus,
Yes. Yes.
we need to find the stuff.
We need to find the screaming flux.
Yes.
We need to find. Probably need to find that record of my family, and we need to help Sabathio find a domain. But all of this is still secondary to the greater good.
I am not secondary.
We're all secondary
No.
to the good of the world.
No.
If everybody dies, then you've got nobody to haunt.
I'm okay with that.
We're not. You're outvoted.
Nameless holds up his hand and says, I'm not good with that.
Well,
But yes, a good restatement of our mission. We have to expedite it.
So y'all cough away as we run. The hag went northwest.
Notice that the hag is just leading us on and doesn't really seem to have. I say we just go and we just try to go faster than she is, even if it's hard for us. Nameless, I'm sorry to have to ask this of you, especially in the presence of your mother, but do you think Theon and I could hitch a ride?
Please.
I don't have a problem with it.
It was fun when you were offering before, but I don't want you to feel like. And just Neville sneezes out like a big glob of yellow stuff. Like,
Ew.
and he just burns it away. And keep in mind, he's still like in his loincloth right now. It's like, I don't want to assume.
No, it's fine. I don't have a problem with it.
He's like, just wear a blanket.
Yeah, he pretty much does. He reaches into one of his saddlebags and pulls out a heavy woolen blanket and straps it around his human waist so that it kind of hangs across his horse butt. And then he picks each one of you up and sets back there.
So that's how he'll wear my jacket. As
I guess. Are you okay?
No.
It'll
I
make
have
you a better
words.
jacket.
You'd have lost your jacket anyways because it would have had all the spores and pollen on it.
Thank you. That's one of the nicest things you've said to me. That actually makes me feel a whole lot better because
I can be nice.
I would have lost it.
Calais says, so are we heading that way? And she points to the northwest.
And Neville will nod and say, I think that's the best path forward.
That is the way the hag was jumping trees and heading.
Can you keep up with running Minotaur and Centaurs, or does Calais need to offer her assistance? What do y'all think?
Since I can't churn corporal anymore, it's not like I can.
Corporeal, but
I knew what I meant.
Yeah, we mean what you know.
I don't know how fast I can move. It's kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Actually, having a body.
We wouldn't know.
Calais says, I'm not a fan of that idea. As she kind of paws at the vines under her feet, under her hooves, and says, if I take a tumble, I'm afraid I might crush you, or you might crush me.
Okay, piggyback time.
How about we try first, and then if I can't.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you guys start moving. You're able to move the way you normally move, with the exception of not being able to phase through
Things.
objects.
it's still moving the same speed. It's just solid.
Yeah.
Can't move through things. You have to go around them. But considering we all have to do the same thing, it's probably
Yeah,
fine.
it feels exactly the way it does when you materialize in combat. You just can't go back.
Man, he just keeps rubbing that in.
I know.
Kind of like how he kept rubbing in the jacket, you know?
It's not a vapor anymore.
Yeah. He solved the problem for you.
Listen, I'm on a mission to take away the thing you each love most about these characters, and then just rub your face in it.
You already took Neville's robe, but that's okay. Neville doesn't have particularly strong feelings about most things.
Just dragons.
The book is still safe, though.
I'm
Well-
as Neville watches, every dragon in the world dies.
Poor random.
It's probably good for the rest of the world, but probably. But
And Thea will never be able to find a book as long as she so lives.
Oh,
Fuck
God. Yeah, I was going to say that hurts
I,
worse than the
still have
jacket.
the possessed book at least, but I can't read it.
So you guys walk and walk. Nameless and Calais have actually taken point on this, just so that
We don't give away our position, coughing, sneezing. And...
yeah, they're a little ways ahead of you. Thea,
Thea Neville are on his
yeah,
back, so
Thea and Neville probably don't notice it, but
Thea's trying to take a nap.
yeah, the rest of you notice like they're actually having to trailblaze now. Um, Nameless has an axe that he's using to cut vines and roots and things like that, and Calais is using her staff to pull things out of the way. Um, at one point, you have just slowed to a crawl because there's so much stuff in the way. And when Nameless brings his axe down, on the other side there's just a hag who sees him and kind of gives you the like finger spin, like come on, you got to pick it up motion, and then turns around and walks away. And by the time he finishes cutting through, she's gone.
This is really annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready to punch a hag. Again.
Is this how she kills us, by annoying us to death? I thought that was supposed to be Philomena's thing.
I was gonna say we have a lot of practice.
Calais says, actually, it's not a bad strategy. Why kill something yourself when you can just let the land do it for you?
I really,
I mean, we could always set fire.
I didn't want to
I
suggest
don't
that.
think we want to do that. Ace,
You mean?
Is there a way that we could have her come to us?
Hey,
No, she doesn't seem very receptive to that.
Hey, Sabathio, is there any way you could use your disintegrating ray on some of this jungle?
Sabathiel appears, like looks at you, looks at some of the jungle, looks back at you, gives the celestial equivalent of a shrug, and then just focuses his eye on a section of jungle and just slices through it.
That is really useful.
You're awesome. I love you.
Sabathiel slash.
It probably penetrates 40 or 50 feet deep. And on the other side of these vines, there's, if you've ever seen the kind of like weeping willow style hanging leaves, there's just a bunch of those in strands. Sabathiel looks at Thea, gives you a,
Good job. Yes, you were the best angel. Best angel ever.
and then it just spins counterclockwise until it disappears from view.
So
That was a neat trick.
You're
these
welcome.
these are new looking vines. They are different from anything we've seen before, right?
Yes.
Somebody poke him with a stick. A long stick. A very, very long stick.
Calais takes her staff and jams it in there, hooks it around one of these strands of leaves and like twists and pulls. She pulls it out. Looks like leaves.
Just wanted to make sure it wasn't going to try to eat us once we went through there.
I mean, weirder things have happened, so.
Let's avoid touching up if we can, just to be safe.
She takes her staff and kind of prods in there as far as it'll go. Says, well, I think we have to pass through them to get anywhere.
I'm gonna start walking through them.
Forward we go.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna be keeping an eye out, looking to see if I can spot the hag or anything outside of any dangers that I might see.
Good old wisdom perception type check.
Yeah, 6, 9, 19.
Okay. You don't see the hag. You poke your head through. Yes, curse die goes up by 1. You poke your head through, and there's maybe 30 or 40 feet of these fronds hanging down, and then surprisingly you find yourself in a small marsh. It just looks like a flooded piece of this jungle. There is no hag in sight, but there are all kinds of fireflies up in the trees.
I think this is the first animal life we've seen so far in this jungle.
I mean, besides the little guys?
Aside from the little guys, yeah.
So are they real? Can you reach up and grab one?
Can I reach up and grab one?
You reach up, grab it, smushes in your hand.
I don't think he's trying to.
No, I'm trying to cup it.
Oh,
I don't want to destroy it.
yeah.
Your hand's big.
Yeah, you grab a firefly off a branch, hold it up, it buzzes and, lights its butt up.
Shake it, shake it, shake it.
Gets brighter for a second. Poof. Takes off.
At least it didn't bite you.
Yet.
You have some vaguely glowing dust on your hand.
Wipe it over on Philomena.
You have some vaguely glowing dust on your armor.
Is there anything special about the dust?
Do you want to examine it?
Yeah, because I'm not used to. I don't think that they usually leave behind dust.
They don't. They leave behind goo if you squish them.
All right. So that is a 14 on the die plus 4.
18.
So 18, and then I'll go ahead and apply a magical item and put 20.
It's like there are luminescent bugs that do leave.
Okay, it's just bug juice.
Yeah, it's just, whatever that dust is that covers moth wings,
Got
that
it.
kind of
And
thing.
These aren't.
You're not getting any inherently magical feelings from them.
These aren't screaming flux bugs.
No.
Or, going to turn us into little guys.
See, that's the reason why I
Yeah. So
wasn't.
Sure,
No, it
trying
really-
to help, huh?
It really was. That was like, maybe these are magical bugs. Maybe that's what we're looking for.
anything special about the marsh itself, besides the fact that it's the first source of water we've seen that wasn't a inch thick stream?
Not particularly. It's like jungles can sometimes have that weird switch in biome. It's not unheard of to have a marsh. It's the same trees.
I mean, I've played Minecraft before, right?
Yeah. Standing behind you is a 3-foot tall green critter going.
I'm
So-
just hoping Meg Mucklebones doesn't come out of the marsh. Because that would be bad.
So
And creepy.
Which of you has a mirror shield?
asking Nameless, are you seeing any of these fireflies? Are you able to speak with them normally?
No. He grabs one and looks at it. Looks like a bug.
Okay. All right. Well, we should keep moving then.
Can we, talking to Calais, Calais, can you purify any of this water? Maybe it can help our condition. We weren't exactly able to access water previously.
Sure, it'll take some time.
What do y'all think?
We haven't really rested that much.
I suppose it would be dangerous for us to move forward.
Well, yeah, while you guys do that, I can climb another tree and see if I see anything.
I think you've climbed enough trees.
Now, you say, like, weeping willow branches, and they're, like, all around us. Where do they connect to? Is there one big weeping willow tree over this clearing, or what's the situation look like there?
Yeah, so if you, grab one of these vines and pull, you can see it connects to a larger branch somewhere up there, and you can see it shaking. You can't trace it back to a specific tree.
Well, she's setting up to purify the water. If Icus gathers, like, multiple nearby vines, can he try and climb up those like a rope? Because I want to see where these connect to. I'm somewhat concerned that...
Yeah, check the trees and make sure they're not walking willows.
Yeah, or something like
Yeah. So go ahead and make me a dexterity check.
that. Save. He said save. Oh, shit.
Not a save.
13 plus nomad, maybe. Climbed in trees. 16.
16? Yep, you get a fair way up there. Yes. Curse die goes up by 1. You get a fair way up, we'll say like 100 feet, and you can see that more towards the center of this marsh, there is a large tree that these are coming from, and they are draping over other trees and coming down. But you're like 100 feet up.
I'm gonna call down. They connect. It's kind of weird. I don't understand it. I'm gonna see if I can go to the main tree. I'll call down.
Is that smart to do that by yourself?
When has that stopped me? And I'll start trying to swing across.
Yeah, I guess you swing across, and probably a few hundred feet through the marsh, you find it's weird because usually trees like that are very thick. This is a very skinny tree that goes up, like it shoots up between a bunch of other trees, and it has no branches on it, except at the very top where it has those fronds that are going out over the rest of the marsh.
Can I call out to them, like yell out?
I guess we're following him, or
If you want to follow him, he's not going
okay,
particularly
he's not
far.
going far. Okay.
I just,
Alright.
I'd rather post up near the center if nothing else.
Yeah, Calais has started pulling things out to contact the spirit.
So, well, Nameless.
Father.
Nameless. What do you make of this tree?
He walks over to it, knocks on it with his bow. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen one like it. But to be fair, I haven't seen a lot of these types of trees.
Still can't speak with it.
He puts his hand on it. No.
Huh.
But that's pretty much been everything here.
Mm-hmm.
Is it unlike anything that Neville's ever seen in his travels?
Yeah, you haven't seen anything like this.
Or
How,
in his,
how
or
big
in the
around
books?
is it?
Maybe foot and a half. A lot of the trees in this forest are, tens of feet wide. This is very, very small. Nameless says, I could probably cut it down really quick if it's a concern.
But could there possibly be anything mentioned in somewhere in the library?
Probably not about this.
Okay.
Flora and fauna are sort of their own study. So unless Thea specifically sought out that knowledge,
Yeah, she probably indexed stuff, but it'd probably be some weird.
it might have been along the lines of like, oh, cool, a book about exotic trees. Oh, cool, a book about angels. And,
Yeah.
focus shifted.
Neville will reach out and say, I don't know why, but I get the feeling that this tree is sort of protecting this area. I don't know. Maybe.
Should we be nice to it then?
Maybe. I can't say. It's either very it's either casting some sort of magic over this for good or for something else. And this is the one part where I can see water and where there's things living.
Yeah. Nameless lets out a yawn. I think it's a problem for later. Let Mom do her thing. Yep. I agree.
That was actually on.
You guys are not going to spread that around this table.
Yeah, Iacus, Nameless goes and finds a relatively dry spot near the base of a tree and just kind of sits on his legs. And he says, Father, Mother's not. She's a proud woman.
I too am somewhat proud.
You can be a bit of a bull.
A little bullish, yeah.
Well, she doesn't mean everything she says. I hope you know that. Oh, I'm tired.
I hate you. Because I was tired before I began this game, and so now...
Philomena and Iacus, when he starts yawning, you start yawning as well.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I start yawning?
Now that he mentions it, you're pretty tired too.
I would like to try to resist falling asleep, though.
Mhm.
Like I'm exhausted, and it makes a lot of sense that I would fall asleep. But as previously mentioned, I'm somewhat stubborn, and I don't want, if our healthy ones are tired, I'd rather let the little ones sleep and keep a watch.
Yeah, Calais comes over and says, I've still got a few minutes to work on this. If you want to, and she points at Nameless, if you want to take a nap, it'll be good for some of us to recharge.
How far into those leaves did we walk?
Yeah, you walked 30, 40 feet through them and then
And
To
then
the
we're
other
all
side.
resting? Inside the leaves? Or did we walk through them?
you walked through them.
Okay. I'm gonna walk a little further away from them.
Mhm.
Just kind of hang out a little further away from the leaves.
Yeah.
Do I still feel tired?
So Neville and Thea, what are you two doing?
Neville is probably sleeping at this point.
Yeah, there are, like, you can find these little root bundles that are up above, the mud and water. So you can sit on one of those and you're not wet. What about Thea?
Thea's going to ritual cast alarm around us.
Mhm.
So if something comes near us, we will hear and wake up.
Mhm.
Because fuck that hag.
Yeah, Thea, you start casting alarm on the ground, and when you sit over by Neville after you're done, you just find yourself sort of overcome by exhaustion.
I'm going to have a gnome pillow.
Yeah, you just lean over on
Yep.
Neville.
Yep.
He's unseasonably warm for some reason.
Hey, another radiator.
Iacus is gonna leave Calais to her work because he doesn't want to interrupt that. He's gonna walk over to Philomena and say, "Hey, are you okay?"
Doesn't seem to be doing very well. I'm becoming an actual dead body.
I know you're worried. We're gonna help you. I don't react well to people, and I know I've given you a hard time. But I know how terrifying this must be because you exist, whether it's vapor or not. So I wanted you to know that while you're here with us, we're going to. I wasn't blowing you off earlier. We are going to find the flux that you need. You are part of the group, so I'm sorry if I was seemed to have blown you off earlier.
As Philomena is nodding, you hear a crash into the water from behind you. When you turn around, Calais is laying face first in the water.
Oh shit!
Um,
I'll run over there and see what the hell's happening.
yeah, you lift her face out of the water. Behind you, you hear another crash. Philomena has just fallen on her back and starts snoring.
Well, shit! Wake up, everybody!
Iacus gets, "Wake up, everybody!" and
Oh no, we're in the
False.
poppy fields.
falls over onto Calais
That's what I was afraid of. Was trying to move away a little.
as he goes to close his eyes. He sees the hag jump out of a tree and just kind of stand over him. Oh, that took long enough. And then he closes his eyes and is asleep.
You bitch.
almost immediately, your eyes snap open. Um, Something is tickling your ear.
Flick, flick, flick,
Flick, flick, flick, flick.
Yeah, you're unable to move your body. You can see maybe 10 feet away from you, sort of crouched over Thea's form, is that hag. And she has Thea's bag in one hand and is just pulling books out and like flip, 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 nothing, and then just throwing them into the water. And then
Oh,
just,
this bitch!
just picks another one up, like flip, 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 and just grabs a couple of pages and rips and sticks them in one of her pockets and just throws the book.
Can I make any noise?
That
This bitch is going down.
that tickling in your ear. You hear Calais' voice very, very softly, and she says, "I was waiting. I saw the hag. I pretended to fall asleep. You need to be ready to act."
Make whatever noise I can. Grunting assent.
Yeah, you feel that that little whisper in your ear. She says, "You're going to have to kill her to break whatever this spell is. I can only hold it back for a moment. I can feel it overtaking me now."
Mm.
And
I will try and see my surroundings first.
so
Icus has grown.
So Philomena is somewhere past your feet. You can't see her. You see the hag, like I said, maybe 10 feet away from you, standing over Thea and Neville. She finishes with Thea's bag and just drops it and starts. Neville's probably put his robe behind his back. And
He doesn't have a robe anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
just completely throw it away?
He's completely
Oh.
naked except for a loincloth.
Oh, my.
Cause spores.
Then she starts, like, patting him down.
That's not much padding.
Pat, pat, pat.
Done.
Well, really, she's patting him down, and then, at one point she picks up his arm where he had those tree bark patches that he burned off. And she goes, "Figured you would have succumbed to that first."
He does have his bag, and his bag has some of that magical abjuration powder in it.
And so she's kind of
Not a lot.
looking at him and grumbling to herself. Nameless is still asleep over there by a tree, and Calais is under you.
Okay.
She says, "Get ready."
Okay.
And she very, very quietly at first starts letting out. It almost sounds like a steaming teapot. It's just this high-pitched whistle that I'm not going to do on a microphone because I don't want to peak the microphones in another county.
I could squeak.
I'll show the dragon cats again.
That it starts out real low and then gets higher and higher. And the hag spins around and just comes stalking over to her. And when she's about 2 feet away from you, you feel all the power return to your limbs.
I'm gonna do what Iacus do.
Mhm.
I'm gonna leap up and
Grab her head and snap her neck.
yeah, I'm gonna try and break her like a stick.
Okay? Give me a good old strength check.
That's 15. And I can add Centaur Packmaster to this for added flair for an 18.
Sure. So, Iacus, you feel not only the strength return to your limbs, but some external force that quickens you and just makes you much stronger than you would normally be. You jump up, grab this hag, and how do you break her in half?
I literally grab her head in one hand and I grab her shoulders in another and just rip her head off.
Yeah.
Um,
So you grab her by the chin, put your hand on her shoulder, and just yank her head off. She has this intense look of surprise on her face, and her body crumples. Left behind, standing up, is this sort of ghostly apparition of her. When she is not in her illusion, she is very, very frail and skinny. You can see every bone in her body. She's just this withered husk of a woman. And she says, "Your soul will freeze and your heart will harden before the rise of the next sun. My sister will display you as a lesson to the others." And then that apparition burns away. You are left standing over this body as everyone begins to wake up.
Cursed again. Fuck.
And I think that's where we'll leave this episode off. That's
Thanks
it.
for taking one for the team.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got news for you. It ain't just him.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, cursed, I'm sure.
Too bad that body withered away, because once Thea realizes what happened, she's gonna...
Oh, the body is still there.
Oh, the body's still there. Good,
Yeah,
because
her-
I'm gonna
her-
be kicking it.
Her cursed form is gone, though.
Yeah. I nearly called out to Sabathiel and be like, Sabathiel, help!
You could have tried.
Eldritch Abomination, please help me. Yeah. So that's where we'll leave off. You guys got anything?
Nope.
Nothing?
Nope.
No. The spell is over. You can stop yawning.
Oh.
So
No, that spell is casted for the rest of the
So-
night.
So I do want you to realize, maybe you didn't catch it, but every time I yawned and one of you yawned, you were the next victim.
Joke's on you. I was yawning the whole game.
Yeah. Even before you started
Well,
yawning,
if you think it's that boring, you run it.
It has nothing to do with boredom.
So yeah,
It's called stress.
if nobody's got anything to plug, I'll just say find us at the usual places, do the usual things.
OnlyFans.
different kind of plug.
Yeah, we're gonna start one that's only elves.
It's just gonna be Galdrian and Ardith and Shannara and It's gonna be
Shar's
the-
pets.
it's gonna be like the most boring campaign ever.
No, you know what our OnlyFans thing would be. It'd be a picture of this fan going, and only that.
You're not a true fan unless you have blades and push air. So yeah, find us, do the things, share us, download us,
Mouth stuff.
do mouth stuff, or listen to mouth stuff,
Or pay us to do mouth stuff.
or pay us to do mouth stuff.
We have that F-bombs to for sponsor.
Yep. So, having said all that, thanks for joining us. We'll see y'all guys next time.